What is up, everyone? Today, we are betting on Karoline Leavitt's press briefing. Today is a big day for Karoline prediction markets. It's election day, so we're having New Jersey, for Virginia, New York mayor. I am expecting Karoline to topic heavily on the New York City mayor and all these mayor debates, but I have a couple locks on Karoline before we get into any of the mayor stuff today. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Nick. I've got Karoline Leavitt. I am sufficiently hedged on this market, I will say first, because I've got a how late will Karoline Leavitt be? I guess these actually never got bought, did they? I tried to hedge my time by hedging whether she's going to be late or not. We'll buy these shares. There we go. We've got some shares. Or is the UI bugging? There we go. We've sufficiently hedged just in case Karoline Leavitt's late. But my plays for this Karoline Leavitt press conference, we have over $1,000 placed on this market. Specifically, yes, China. This is so free. She has not done a press briefing since Trump has talked to President Xi. I expect China to hit in the first minute, right? It's hit in the last 4. It hit 2 times before the meeting with President Xi, so this one's an absolute gimme. This is a free $100. I see this as the China strike. Yes, illegal alien. She's been spamming it about the government shutdown, giving healthcare to illegal aliens. That's what the Democrats want. According to Karoline Leavitt, she said it 6 times during the last press briefing. The government is still shut down. I expect her to talk about illegal aliens again. And I have a big position on yes, Biden. Not only does she say it basically every press briefing, but since the last one, Biden's auto pen signings have been declared unconstitutional. And Karoline Leavitt was even talking about that beforehand, before it was even the case was discovered that it was unconstitutional for Biden's pardons by his auto pens to even be correct. So I have a large position on Biden as well. She's very likely to say Biden otherwise, talking about Ukraine, Biden's war, or even just talking about the Biden administration itself. But specifically because of the report that's come out with Biden's auto pens is why I have that yes, Biden strike. We still haven't had Karoline come out yet. Yes, pardon. A little bit on yes, pardon is the same reason. I don't think this is valued correctly because people think about Donald Trump. He's like, oh, he pardoned the Binance guy, but that was covered in the last press briefing. He hasn't pardoned anyone since then. But I think Karoline will specifically talk about Biden's pardons being unconstitutional, his pardoning of Hunter Biden by an auto pen being declared unconstitutional. So that's how she would hit pardon. So I'm yes on pardon. No renovation. The ballroom was renovated, right? Are we going to still be talking about that? Even I said renovated there, right? There's different ways to talk about the ballroom being constructed. So I've got no on renovation and a no position on stupid question. She's hit this once all time, right? Stupid question. I think a 13% return. I'm willing to risk that on no stupid question. I'm just hoping there's no real stupid questions today. We've had a little bit of a break for Karoline Leavitt press briefing, so hopefully they can come up with really good questions so that Karoline doesn't crash out today. I need no crash out. Those are all my picks explained. So we got no stupid question, no renovation, and our yes plays. We've got a little bit of yes pardon, and our biggest plays: yes China, yes illegal alien, and yes Biden. Nick says his plays are CR yes and ballroom yes. I understand ballroom. CR is probably gonna hit this clean continuing resolution. It probably is gonna hit. She had that one press briefing where she dodged it randomly. She's just obviously there's other ways that she can say it, but how much research did you do on this market? I did quite a lot of research using past transcripts of her past press briefings. I mean, in total, we look at the portfolio, right, for this market. We've gotten Karoline Leavitt $1,588 on this, so a lot of research, right? To win 188.66, So I'm picking up a lot of bonds, right? You would call them bonds, stuff in the 87, 83, 87. But these, I think, these, due to my research, these are very, very high probability, even higher than what the market says. So I do a lot of the research for a market like this because I'm placing a lot of my real money on it. So try to make good expected value plays. I think, say like illegal alien, higher than 75% probability. The Biden, maybe just about 84%, right? Maybe it could have got a cheaper average price. But China, I see China like 95%. I think she's gonna hit China in the first minute, right? She's gonna say President Xi from China, President of China. President Trump had a very successful meeting with the President of China, President Xi. So I've loaded up on China shares. I have completely done the value. You playing any of the elections tonight? We can talk about that after Nick, after his Karoline leave it. I bet she's going to talk about some of the elections actually that's going on. I've got some shares in the Virginia and the AG election. I can show you what I'm playing. So basically, based off Ben's advice, I'm big on Democratic sweep, right? We can pull up the port. Let's just like move it a little bit so you can see. Right. We're big on Democratic sweep. $400 to win 500 on that one. That is the New Jersey governor, Virginia governor, or Virginia mayor, and the New York City mayor. All being Democratic. We're going for an entire sweep with that one based off Ben's advice. And we've got Mikey Sherrill to win the New Jersey governor specifically. So based off Ben's advice, this were the two most expected value plays. So we're running with these two. And I'll be doing the Trump America business forum. I'll be seeing what I've been doing for that. That's very interesting, though. Trump, it seems as Trump's going to be speaking for a long time, an hour, straight about business talk. That will be fun. Watch her say Chinese president. Nah, president of China. Nick, don't even put that out there, bro. Don't even manifest that. Okay? President Xi, the president of China. It's kind of, if you look at Mention Matrix, it's how she said it last time during her last press briefing. Karoline Leavitt, her last press briefing. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah. President Xi of People's Republic of China is how she said it during the last one. And she said China as well. I expect China to hit in the first 60 seconds of this. We're getting close on how late she's gonna be. If she gets over 20 minutes, we might, we're just sufficiently hedging our time as well. Yes, of course this site is free. Kalshi is free. Well, you have to deposit money to bet, but the site is free to use. W Kalshi. Let's get W Kalshi in. I've also have a bid on Zoran himself to win. I just placed this now because I was like, come on, it's election day, I gotta have something, right? You know, long shot Curtis as well, just in case. You never know. You can get 100 times return on Curtis Sliwa shares if you buy them. But I've got my, which actually seems it's positive expected value now. Oh, the mention checker? Yes. So Mention Matrix is the website. I'll show you. Mention Metrics. MentionMetrics.com. The site is free to use. But you can sort by try to show you. You can sort by different speakers and things. Very cool. Different speakers. Like Apple earnings, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, bunch of political speakers there. This is the tool I use. Sufficiently hedged though. But I got a little bit on Zoran, which at this point I got it maybe an hour ago. It's now expected value. His chances have gone up 1% in the last hour. Even up to 93. Some people got it up to 93, but I think the least chance out of these, I guess, would be Biden. I'm expecting her to cover it so quickly, though. We look at the Biden usage of Karoline. Her last speech, she hit 6 of them. She hit President Biden. She even hit President Biden. That's crazy, twice. But she hit 6, 2, 7, 1. And her last 4, I mean, her last 10, she's said it 100% of the times. Year to date, she said it in 95%. So she said Biden in the last year, 95% of the press briefings. We'll do whole world. Yeah. Whole world only. 95% of the press briefings she said Biden. And the last 10 she said 100% of the times. So I'm pretty secure on my Biden yes shares. And I can do the same for illegal alien. I think it would really matter. I mean, the last 10, she's hit it in 6%. For illegal alien, so I guess that is the most risky one that we have. Illegal alien, yes, but these are the plays today. China, yes. Illegal alien, yes. Biden, yes. As long as she doesn't, end the press briefing very, very early or something, these should all hit. We are sufficiently hedged, though, on our time. What are we at? We're at 10 minutes. So we are halfway through our bet of above 20 minutes. Just in case. I think the last one went above 20 minutes. Usually she's not this late, though. She's not like a Donald. I probably went too hard on Ballroom, hoping it goes well. Let's see Ballroom. I mean, it's kind of a done and dusted thing. I mean, she said it 6 times during the last one, but that's when it was getting constructed. Right? When was the Ballroom constructed? The Ballroom was built this year. Demolition started. Oh, has it? Oh, it only started. It hasn't finished? Wow. I'm hoping this will be a long one since there's not anything else on the schedule for the White House. So you kind of ended the other one kind of early. They're still building it. Still tons of news on donors coming out, yeah. Oh, sure it's live. Not miss my queen, Karoline. Yeah, I thought it was like, the way he was talking about it was like it was constructed. I guess they're just done with the demolition at this point. But this will be fun. We'll also cover, there's mentioned markets on what Cuomo and Zoran are going to say on their post-election speeches, right? So we will cover those today. That will be very fun. Hopefully we can take some of the profits we make from this Karoline, if we do make any. Hopefully, and take it to those mentioned markets today. Hey, what will Mondani say in his post-election speech? What will Cuomo say? I have no limit orders on this, but I'll have to. This will be very fun. Do you post all your plays when you're making them? So I don't post all of them because that would be kind of, spam to post all of them. I do post them for like big ones, like if I'm doing accumulating a position. But my Kalshi profile Loxy, I will just show you as soon as my internet catches up. My profile Loxy, right? My entire profile is public. So you can go on Kalshi.com and see exactly all of my trades. So you can go to Kalshi.com, go into Loxy search, and look exactly at my plays, all real time, You can see all the things I post, everything that I'm currently holding as a position. Let me show. Yeah, so all of my open positions completely open, right? Hand on heart, I have AOC. Shares to win presidential election, okay? All of this is public. You see my Democratic sweep this year, shares, New Jersey governor. Every prediction I've made is public. All of my top trades, what I done. So you just seen the last trade I done, 20 minutes, 14 minutes ago, above 20 minutes for Karoline Leave It. I bought Zoran. I bought Arsenal to win, sadly, okay? That one's a lot, but all completely public. On Kalshi, you can set your account to whether to be public or private. I think it's more fun though, right? So you can copy my trades, you can fade my trades. You think I'm silly for a lot of the Karoline Leave It stuff that I'm getting or whatever? You could fade me. It's completely public. But I also do post on X plays beforehand, some of the slips before, especially like big positions. I probably should have done for this Karoline. I was just accumulating kind of till the end. So, but basically since I started buying shares, you could see that I was accumulating yes China, yes Biden, all these things completely public. Are we gonna get our 20 minutes? We're at 14 right now. Oh wow, Karoline. Someone check her Clash Royale account. Is she still playing? Thank you, Brett. I appreciate it, bro. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see if we can bang on this Karoline. We can talk about after some of the other mentions and the mayor races that are going on. Huge election day, man. Huge election day going on today. The mayor race, New Jersey governor, Virginia governor. Are going for a Democratic sweep, right? People that know more than about politics and polling and elections than I. Some would say political quants on Kalshi, aka Benjamin on Twitter, says that the Democratic sweep is good fair value, right? He was rating it at 90 cents. He made a very good video on it, right? I'm in on it tonight. We're going for a Democratic sweep. Completely bipartisan, I'm hoping, just for my bet. See, I didn't even know. I live in Florida. I didn't even know with this cool map that there was even a mayor race going on for Miami. Or what you would think India, right, with that flag, but it actually is the Miami flag. And then the last week, it's completely flipped. This is so interesting. I didn't even know this as a Floridian, but because of the map of key 2025 elections on Kalshi, you could see all the mayor races that are going on in your state. This is so cool. All right, so we can look at New York. You got all in the New York. You got all the markets on the side. Who will be second place? What will be the spread? Will Zoran Mamdani outperform the polls? Dude, especially this election page, the UI is very dummy clean. This is nice though. Have the polls come out yet? Let's check ideas. Is the market will be based on 14.3? Most polls are, the average margin is 14.3. Is that the spread of tonight's mayor race? By Benjamin's prediction, would that be over or under? I remember, let's see. He goes over spread. His final election prediction, he's saying that it goes over spread at 15%. Political HQ would say that he misses it. Oh no, that's 16%. So they said that he would cover spread as well. That is interesting. If it is 14.3, which has been recorded at 14.3, okay. It says that in the rule summary. What are you saying, chat? Over, under 14.3% difference between Zoran? $11.2 average margins 14. Most polls are between 5 and 10. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Kalshi's polling, they did was cool. It's interesting. Most of the people actually in New York City, when they're putting their money on it, have placed it on Cuomo. Most of the bets from outside the state of New York is actually on Mamdani. So I wonder if that's social media bias and marketing wise, that a lot of people on social media would vote for Zoran, but they're not actually in the New York City election. Let's see, is the White House's stream faster? I don't know. We'll stick with AP for now. Virginia's governor race is gonna be the nail biter tonight. You think? Let's check it out. Election page. This one where it's 97% for Abigail. You really think? Or their AG? Is that the governor race? AG. This one's been called from a long time. The Attorney General, okay. See, it's not on the page. Let's see. Don't crash on me now. Twitter White House stream is the fastest. Twitter's White House stream? I know here I can do playback speed. Turn it up to get to real time. I'm trying to look at the attorney. There we go. Here's which will be the closest, is saying the Virginia Attorney General race by far will be the closest one tonight. Should I throw something on this Attorney General? We'll have to research a little bit. Wow. Liquidity, volume rewards are on this one. Jay Jones versus Jason Marides. Never heard of these guys, dude. I'm from Florida. Election live updates. Many Democrats see strong turnout while one Republican. What do they say about the Attorney General? People who are voting for Abigail are likely skipping Jay Jones. North Virginia's inner suburbs. This is tight, though. What are we saying? We're fading Jay Jones here? No, nothing about this. Wow. Quite close, though. I took Jones. Dems are dominating Virginia in the other two races. I think he'll pull out a win. I don't know. Maybe I gotta ask Ben on this one, right? Has he covered, Ooh, his election prediction. He has Jay Jones coming up. He agrees with you, Nick. He has Jay Jones coming up at 2%. He's fading, he's going against the market here. Saying that he's going to win. Wow. The political HQ is also called Jay Jones. It's interesting. I really don't know, though. Very high volume market, though. Attorney General. For an Attorney General's race. Wow, we've hit our 20 minutes. I think... See, we didn't wait here for nothing. We were able to successfully hedge our time waiting for her by using the how late will she be market. We made $11 for our time, right? That's like $60 an hour. That's huge. That's crazy, right? I will wait for any woman for that time, right? Do your hair, do your makeup, I don't care. I'm earning money every minute you're late. Should we hedge further on above 25? She's got to come out recently. She's got to come out. Jay Jones had text scandal earlier. He was the original leader in polls. Oh, what was his text scandal? Let's see, Jay Jones text scandal. Here he is with Obama. Years old violent text messages. String of text messages from Jay Jones. He mused about violence directed toward a political rival. So he joked about political violence. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Please, Jay, please stop. You know it's serious too, because they're texting each other and he's using periods. Please stop. Period. Wow. Oh! Oh my God! I didn't even know what was going on.
This past weekend, Americans traveling to weddings,
illegal aliens,
funerals, vacations, and meetings faced significant flight disruptions at airports across the country because of staffing shortages. On Sunday alone, more than 5,000 flights traveling to and from U.S. airports were delayed.
Let's go!
Since the Democrat shutdown began, 4 times as many staffing shortages have been reported at air traffic control facilities compared to last year. TSA checkpoint wait times ballooned past 3 hours at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport, with some passengers enduring up to 5 hours in line.
Here we are.
At nearby William P. Hobby Airport in Texas, security wait times are routinely exceeding 1 hour. More than 13,000 air traffic controllers are continuing to work without pay. Because of the
so we got our illegal aliens in the first 5 seconds. Has she hit China yet?
Will miss a second paycheck in a row this Friday if Democrats refuse to open the government. Let me be clear to our incredible air traffic controllers across the country. President Trump and Republicans want you to get your paychecks. They want you to be paid.
She's kind of glammed out.
Please call on your Democrat senators and tell them to side with President Trump and Republicans to vote to reopen the government. Our nation's 4 largest airlines, United, Delta, American, and Southwest, have now all endorsed the Republican, nonpartisan, clean funding bill to end the government shutdown.
Clean funding bill.
Major unions, collectively
representing
tens of thousands of pilots, have also joined the airlines in calling on Democrats to pass the clean, nonpartisan CR. The travel industry is also imploring Democrats to end the shutdown and reopen the government. Nearly 500 companies and groups in the travel business, including casinos, hotels, and convention bureaus, signed a public letter warning that America's travel economy has already lost $4 billion due to the Democrat shutdown. They have called for the Republican CR to be passed, saying Americans expect and deserve a fully functioning federal government during the peak holiday travel season. Never before have we seen private industry and union leadership so unified on the same issue, rallying behind Republicans in such a vocal way. The Democrats have completely lost the plot. They are endangering the safety, prosperity, and livelihoods of millions of Americans.
Let's get Biden
It's well past time Democrats
we need to get a Biden.
What they did 13 times under Joe Biden and passed the funding
just
bill.
In time.
All we need are 5 Democrat senators to put country over
Biden, baby,
and vote to end this reckless shutdown.
Don't forget about him. He might have forgot about you because he has stage 5 dementia, but they don't forget about Biden.
Historic election victory.
Okay.
Where he won nearly 80 million votes, the popular vote in all 7 swing states. This was
we just need a China, and we will be
5th.
Good.
The president secured
a
mandate to make America great again.
She hasn't hit China
yet. He has delivered in record time. Never before have we had a president who has kept their promises like President Trump has. I'd like to go over a few of those with you. In less than 10 short months, President Trump signed the largest middle-class tax cut in history, including no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security to put more money back into the pockets of
Let's get live.
The president ended the southern border invasion of the Biden administration.
Border?
Made our border
Biden?
secure in history, and he is carrying out the largest mass deportation campaign of illegal aliens in our nation's history.
Come on, guys. Come on.
President Trump has aggressively taken on drug
cartels
by declaring them as
behind?
terrorist organizations.
Wow.
And even blowing up narco-terrorists who have tried to poison the American people with fentanyl and other illegal narcotics.
Okay, we're caught up now.
President Trump defeated the Biden inflation crisis, and he continues to implement a pro-growth, America First economic agenda to make America affordable again. And we are seeing the results of that every day. Inflation has remained low and steady, averaging just 2.5% compared to the painful average of 5% under Biden.
Let's get a China in. Wow, the amount of Bidens I'm hearing. What a lock! What a
real
lock!
Private sector wages are on track to rise by almost $1,500 since President Trump took office, a significant change to the Biden years where private sector wages declined
she's spamming
and were being wiped out by inflation.
She is spamming
President Trump has ended the reckless war on American energy and unleashed energy dominance with gas prices now plummeting to their lowest average levels in more than 4 years.
She's hitting all these strikes.
President Trump implemented powerful tariffs to rebalance America's trade deals, protect American workers, and returning our country to be a manufacturing superpower.
Come on, talk about China.
As a result, the president has secured trillions and trillions of dollars in private and foreign investments into the United States, which are creating high-paying jobs for the greatest workforce in the world. The president has restored America's place as the leader of the free world.
She still hasn't hit China. I'm getting a little bit worried now.
Foreign policy that has already ended 8 wars and counting.
Come on.
And the president ended illegal DEI initiatives in our federal government and is returning our country to a merit-based society based on common sense. President Trump protected opportunities for women and girls to compete safely and fairly by continuing to keep men out of women's sports. Americans have a president who works tirelessly.
Well, she hasn't hit China in these opening remarks. I expected it in the first 60 seconds, Karoline.
Ever been before. So with that, today we will open it up to questions, and we will start with our independent journalist in our new media seat, Julio Rosas. Julio, please start. Thank you.
Thanks, Karoline.
Wow, no China in the opening remarks. That does surprise me. We'll get in the Q&A though, right?
With his family. His assassination has sparked a lot of outrage. A lot of Mexicans are very upset. They're blaming President Claudia Sheinbaum for not taking the cartel threat seriously enough. Yesterday, she said that, once again, she's not going to allow any foreign military intervention to take on the cartels on Mexican soil, and that Mexico is not going to pursue a drug war similar to what they've done in the past.
Mexico.
So my question is President Trump satisfied with Claudia Sheinbaum's approach to cartels, and if not, has Manso's assassination kind of opened up some new options for the United States to pursue regarding cartels?
Well, first of all, with respect to this specific news item and this alleged assassination that took place in Mexico, I know the Trump administration, we are aware of that, and of course we condemn all political violence anywhere in all forms. As for Claudia Sheinbaum and the president's relationship with her, I think he has a lot of respect for her as president of Mexico, and he also really appreciates the coordination that she has provided to the Trump administration. I can't speak for her and what she's doing internally in her country. I can speak for the president in saying we are continually pushing Mexico to do more to tackle the drug trafficking and the drug cartels within their country, and we are working with them in any way that we can.
Miami's a strike.
And the president has obviously used the full range of executive options and his authorities to crack down on drug trafficking at our southern border and to designate these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and additional actions as well.
Just one more question.
Sure.
So at the Antifa roundtable that we were at just last month, myself and the other panelists.
I feel like I've seen this guy before. On the right, this guy.
Speaking of foreign terrorist organizations, to have Antifa.
Has he been? He's asked questions before.
Organization, but he doesn't have the foreign.
She did point out this is our new media seat, independent.
In other countries.
It's because of the American business. The Miami, because he's in Miami. Okay.
To look into that, so I just wanted to see if there's an update on that. Recommendation.
That process is
Mar-a-Lago.
I don't have any announcements for you on that today, but I can certainly assure you the administration is working on it, and we'll check in on it.
China's still not hit yet.
It's a good question. Thank you very much, Jackie.
Thank you, Karoline.
No China yet. Getting a little bit worried.
Intimidation at polling locations. He said, quote, part of the general approach of the Trump administration has taken.
Let's get a China question in. Can we get some questions on what happened during Trump's stay in Asia?
Yeah, I saw those comments from Mdami. I think they are completely irresponsible, and they are based on zero evidence. And I think this is just another example of how the Democrat Party unfortunately stands for nothing. All they stand against is President Donald Trump. And I think it's quite sad to see that we have someone at the top of the ticket on an election day today saying such things about the president when he obviously had absolutely nothing to do with those threats.
And on the shutdown, Democrats have been pretty quiet.
Shutdown questions. Let's get some questions on Asia, please. Please.
Is
It's
there
not like
any
Donald Trump did a
concern
whole
around here that
week
Democrats
there
might actually want
since your
Republicans
last
to get
press
rid of the
briefing.
filibuster so that one day when they're in power again, the
We need
door's
the China
already
here,
open
come on.
for them to pack the Supreme Court, give statehood to D.C. and Puerto Rico, make mail-in balloting permanent, those kinds of things.
I think the president has been very realistic and strong in his position on the filibuster. He's been very vocal about it. I just spoke to him about it. He feels really strongly about this. Republicans need to play tough and they need to play smart. That's how the president feels. And we know that Democrats, if they are ever given a chance at power again in this city, they will absolutely take away the filibuster.
All right,
from
Mary
the
Ray's
United
question
States
done.
Senate. In fact, you had 49 Democrats who already voted to do this before. The only reason it did not
We
move
got our Mary
forward was because you had
Ray's
two
question.
Democrats who are no longer in office because they were run out of town by the far left radical base of their party. And so President Trump is quite clear on this. He wants to see Republicans move as many good pieces of legislation for our country forward in the next 3 years of his administration as they possibly can. And the filibuster is one means to doing that.
Talked to Johnson and Thune about it. I know that they had both voiced some opposition. Have there been any
Let's get our
conversations
China
with
question.
He's made his
We don't
position
really
to them
care
very clear both publicly
at this
and
point
privately.
now.
We just.
I just need my.
Can you help
Let's
clear up some confusion about SNAP benefits? Because
Sure.
the president
SNAP
suggested
benefits.
that they will only be given out when the radical left Democrats open the government and not before.
Mhm.
But just yesterday, the administration said it would comply with a court order to expend
Dude,
the full
are we
amount of
serious?
SNAP
Are we not gonna talk about
contingency
literally
funds by
Trump
end of
going to
business
Asia?
day
Come
yesterday.
on.
So did the
Don't make me
administration
crash out here.
distribute
Don't make me
that
crash
money
out.
or defy that court order?
No, the administration is fully complying with the court order. I just spoke to the president about it. The recipients of these SNAP benefits need to understand it's going to take some time
Come
to
on,
receive
Karoline.
this money.
Let's get
Because
China
the
in
Democrats
here.
have forced the administration into a very untenable position. We are digging into a contingency fund that is supposed to be for emergencies, catastrophes, for war. And the president does not want to have to tap into this fund in the future, and that's what he was referring to in his Truth Social post. So the Department of Agriculture, as for the latest SNAP payment in the judge's order, put out guidance to states today on how to get that money to the recipients of SNAP. But it's going to take some time. The best way to get the full amount
Right,
of SNAP
cool.
benefits
SNAP,
to those
cool, cool,
beneficiaries
cool.
is
Next
for
question, next
Democrats
question,
to
next question.
reopen the government. So to anyone who is a SNAP beneficiary at home who needs that assistance, and the president was just saying, this is for people who are truly needy, who need food, who need this assistance from the United States government. Democrats are holding it up and making it difficult for the administration to get those payments out the door. So if you are at home and you want your SNAP benefits, call the Democrats and tell them to reopen the government.
Locking
right,
that
let's talk about China.
contingency fund for the future if this.
Oh my God! We don't
The president does not want to
care.
have to continue to
Yeah,
dip
well,
into a contingency fund that doesn't even have enough money, by the way, to fund the full program.
Okay,
It takes
we
$9
care about
billion
SNAP benefits,
to get the
okay? I'm
full
making a
scale
joke.
of the
I'm making a
benefits
joke,
out the
but
door. This contingency
get to
fund
China.
only
Let's
has
talk
about
about,
$5 billion in it. So again,
let's talk about
Democrats need
China
to
and the
reopen
ballroom.
government so we can get these benefits out the door for people who truly need them. Kate.
The president suggested that if Mamdani wins, that he would cut federal funding.
Oh my God, Mamdani question again.
Well, look, we won't get ahead of the election results, nor will I speak to what the president may
Let's go.
do in the future. We'll see how tonight goes, and then I'll let him speak on it further.
And why did the administration exclude Democratic lawmakers last week? There was a
Oh my
briefing on
God.
US drugs and alleged drug trafficking votes. Why were the Democrats excluded?
The administration has
let's
briefed
talk about
Congress
China, bro.
on these matters 8 separate times, and Democrats have been included in those
Asian
briefings.
ballroom?
In
Yeah.
fact, I know that Secretary Rubio will be on Capitol Hill tomorrow to brief the Gang of 12, which includes Democrats as well. So the president's made it very clear. If senators want to understand the administration's operations against narco drug traffickers, we
still
are
need our
very
China.
happy to speak with them about that, and we will continue to do so. But we've been incredibly transparent. As I said, there's been 8 briefings on this topic, with the 9th coming tomorrow. Rachel.
Thanks, Caroline. There's been some reporting out there about the possibility of furloughed workers not getting back pay. Sign that bill into law in his first term.
We don't care.
Furloughed workers will be back.
I don't
This
care.
is something we are
Okay.
very much open to discussing with Democrats as part of the discussions
Get
about the
to
continuing
get to
resolution
foreign
to keep the
relations,
government
please.
And it's something that Republicans are
maybe
talking
like
to
the
Democrats
biggest
about right
country
now,
in the
and we'll get
world
ahead of
other
those
than the
negotiations
US,
or discussions.
where like every trade talk impacts everyone's 401ks.
I just said Republicans in the White House are very much
impacts
open to
literally all of
discussing this
us
with
every
Democrats.
time they have beef or not.
As this
So
government
maybe
shut
just
down
let's
now,
get a question about that.
History is the longest government shutdown in American history. Can you talk about what the president is personally doing to try to see an end to this?
Jeez, more
pushing
fucking
Republicans
shutdown
to
questions. I
keep
get
opening up
it.
the
The
Senate floor to
shutdown. We
vote
get
for the
it.
clean continuing
He's
resolution.
doing nothing. There's your
We
answer,
have the
brother.
Senate
There's your
Leader
answer.
and
Move
the
on.
House Caucus Leader Hakeem Jeffries here at the White House to talk about this in the very early stages.
Oh no.
To give them a chance to come to their senses and avoid this entire government shutdown at the very beginning. And they chose not to. And I think it's been very clear to everyone in this room and to everyone across the country that the Democrats are playing partisan politics with our United States federal government. And all Republicans have wanted to do for the last 35 days is reopen the government. That has been the president's position since day one. It is his position today on day 35.
We're going to need a China
and all we need
question
are
or
5
Asian
common
question.
sense Democrats with have a little bit of courage and come to the table and vote with Republicans. I saw Senator John Fetterman on television last night saying that he hopes more folks in his party will step up, and we certainly will come on that point. Sure.
Karoline, the president posted on True Social that the voting underway in California is, quote, rigged. What evidence does he have of that, and what does it mean that
we don't get California question?
Review? By whom and why?
Dude,
and also,
come on.
Does the White House still plan to issue an executive order banning mail-in voting, and what legal authority do you have to do that?
The White House is working on
Why does it keep
an executive
pausing?
order to strengthen our elections in this country and to ensure that there cannot be
China,
with their universal mail-in voting system. It's absolutely true that there are fraud in California elections. It's just a fact.
Let's get our
it is just a fact.
question
They have a universal
on China,
mail-in voting
please.
system, which we know is ripe for fraud. And if you want to deny that, I'm happy to provide you all of the evidence for it. I'd be glad to send that to you after this briefing.
By rigged.
Fraudulent ballots that are being mailed in the names of other people, in the names of illegal aliens who shouldn't be voting in American elections. There's countless examples, and we'd be happy to provide them. As for executive action the White House is taking, yes, we are looking into that.
She's hitting multiple of the other ones, but all we need is one China.
Order the president signs is within his full executive authority and within the confines of the law. Stephen.
Thank you, Caroline. I've got 2 questions I'd like to ask you about New York, but first I'd like to ask you about breaking news from the Attorney General. Just about an hour ago that the Biden Justice Department
2 questions about this shit, bro. I get it. It's election day, bro.
Private phone records. That, and also, do we know if they actually got those private call records?
I saw the Attorney General's post on that. For additional questions, I would refer you to the Department of Justice, but I think this is just further evidence of the egregious overreach and weaponization of government that took place under the previous White House against then former president and now President Donald J. Trump. It was a clear effort by the Biden White House and the Biden DOJ to go after the president.
How nice of you.
This is just further evidence of that.
On New York, we've seen the president's messages that he's put out, but could you describe how he's feeling as a New Yorker watching this election?
Well, the president is a New Yorker, and he loves New York. It is his home. He talks about that all of the time. And he's made his thoughts on this election quite clear, I think, himself. In the back, yes, go ahead.
We need China.
Over the weekend, there were reports.
I was going to you in the green, but go ahead, and then you can have your question.
Thank you. Over the weekend, there were reports that President Trump was due to host President of Syria, Ahmed al-Sharia.
Syria? Do we care?
Is he expected to invite him to join the U.S.-led anti-ISIS coalition?
I can confirm that that meeting will be taking place here at the White House on Monday,
and
this is part of the president's efforts in diplomacy to meet with anyone around the world in the pursuit of peace.
Like
and
China.
As you know, when the president was in the Middle East, he made the historic decision to lift sanctions on Syria to give them a real chance at peace. And I think the administration, we've seen good progress on that front under their new leadership. And so he will be here at the White House on Monday, and I'll let the president speak further on it on Monday. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Caroline. I was just curious, you had mentioned there that President Trump, as we know, has been speaking with Republican leaders in Congress and the government. Is he involved in any other negotiations, and is he prepared to sign?
China questions,
A deal
please.
does come out by the end of this week. On top of that, with SNAP benefits, does he have any authorities or considering any authority there to release more funds to help people who are
Oh no, guys, no.
We're getting that partial payment
More
out the door as much
SNAP
as we can, and
benefits,
as quickly as
oh.
we can, but it's going to take some time. Because again, this is a
Middle East
prorated
hit.
payment that we're tapping into.
How much
a
did I bet on
contingency
China?
fund
I've
for
got
the best way to get those
600
payments out the door is
shares.
for Democrats to reopen the government. But yes, the president is in constant communication with his friends on Capitol Hill. They know they call, he answers, he picks up the phone.
600 shares right now of China. Are legally
and
hit.
as soon as the
Biden
Democrats
hit.
pass the clean continuing resolution, President Trump will be here to sign it.
Ooh, clean
Michael.
continuing
Thanks,
resolution.
Caroline.
There you go.
President Trump has threatened to go into Nigeria, guns a-blazing,
Nigeria?
if Nigeria's government does not stop the killing of Christians in that country. Has the White House heard back?
Dude,
from
she's
Nigeria's
got to ask a
government
China
on this
question,
threat?
right? Or come on.
As the
so
president
what?
stated, Michael, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the United States will immediately stop
China
all aid
question,
and assistance
please,
to
brother.
Nigeria. And may take action to wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities, especially against innocent women.
I'm hoping,
and
Paulie.
children.
I thought I was
don't
just
have
going
any
to hand
further
the opening
announcements on that
remarks,
for
though.
you today, but I can assure you the
I'm
president
just
of the
hoping for
United
a
States
question.
is watching
not
this
good.
situation unfold very closely.
China?
As is our Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Oh, no.
Caroline, President Trump has endorsed Andrew Cuomo in New York City's mayor
Cuomo!
race. He has not by name endorsed Winsome Sears in Virginia's gubernatorial race. Why is that?
Look, as you know from this podium, I'm quite limited in what I can say with regards to ongoing political elections. I think the president has spoken for himself and what he wants to see take place in these elections today. Lalit.
Thank you. I would like to ask you about India-US citizenship. What is President's thoughts?
India?
India-US citizenship?
I'm sorry, Lalit, can you repeat that?
What is President's thoughts on future of India-US relationship?
Oh
I
my
think
God,
he
hit
feels very
China here
positive
somehow,
and strongly
please.
about it. As you know, he recently, a few weeks back, spoke to Prime Minister directly when he
Bro, we got an
celebrated
India
in the Oval
question.
Office, Diwali with many high-ranking Indian American officials here at the White House. We have a great U.S. ambassador to India in Mr. Sergio Gore, who will represent our country very well.
China question.
The president and his trade team continue to be in very serious discussions with India with respect to that topic. So I know
China
the president
question.
has great respect for Prime Minister Modi, and they speak pretty frequently.
China.
Thank you.
Hi, yes. On the air traffic controller crisis ongoing, Secretary Duffy said he will now start to cancel and ground flights next week to maintain
Flights.
safety. Should people fly next week given this new information, and is the administration encouraging people to stop flying
Flights?
altogether and look at alternative
We do not care.
transportation modes?
The administration is encouraging Democrats to reopen the federal government so this chaos and disruption to our air traffic control system in the United States of America stops. It is ridiculous that we have even gotten to this place.
Get to live. Here we go.
The Democrats have continued to shut down the government 35 days. Our air traffic controllers continuing to work unpaid. Every single major airline in our country coming out and begging the Democrats to please reopen the government. And you had a Democrat staffer who was quoted, I believe in Politico a few weeks back, saying, short of planes falling out of the sky, we are not going to reopen the government. That is a reckless and dangerous statement from someone who didn't want to put their name on that statement. But we know it came from the Democrat Party. And I think we're very clear. We want to reopen the government so we can resume travel.
He was
in the
in!
safest and
He was
most
talking
efficient
to
way
the guy,
possible,
bro. He was
especially as
talking
we
to
head into
President
the
Xi,
busiest
man.
travel season of the month.
We're not going to get a single
Thanksgiving
question
in a
on
few
what
weeks.
he even fucking
And so
spoke about ever.
Americans
Yeah, what did
across
they
the
talk
country need
about?
to
You
make
know,
it
like
very
the two
clear,
biggest
to their Democrat
political leaders
representatives
in
that
the
we
entire
want
fucking
this
world.
government to be reopened so we can resume safe and
let me ask about
efficient
India.
travel. Fran.
Let me ask about fucking airplanes.
Check, the president still had not commented on the death of former Vice President Dick Cheney. Is the White House involved in funeral arrangements in any way? Does the president plan to speak at the funeral? Has he spoken to anyone in the Cheney family today? And does the White House have an opinion on whether or not the former vice president should lie in honor or stay in the Capitol?
China! The White House is involved in that
Let's
planning,
get China
at
in,
least
bro.
hasn't gotten to it yet.
Please, Caroline, how have you not? You really just saying foreign
flags
relations?
have been lowered
Are
to
we
half
really going
staff
to be
in
doing this?
accordance with statutory law. Jasmine.
Thank you.
Back on the question of the filibuster, how much political capital is President Trump willing to expend to get Republicans to do what he's asking? I mean,
China!
At the Hill, will he
Does no one care?
folks over here? What exactly is President Trump
Does
planning
no one care
to
about
do
the other
outside of
biggest country in the world?
maybe some of these private conversations to get Republicans to fall in line?
Look, I think you'll see. I think you'll see the president continue to engage very strongly and consistently
Karoline,
with his friends on Capitol
please,
Hill. I don't
baby
have
girl.
any meetings to read out
Baby
for you
girl,
at this time,
please
but I
say to
think you
China.
should stay tuned and keep your eyes on Truth Social on this matter. The president's making his position on it quite clear. And again, he is right. Republicans need to play tough. We know that this is what the Democrats will do if they are ever given the keys to power again. And he wants to pass as many good pieces of legislation as we possibly can for our country and for our people. That includes election integrity reforms. It includes additional tax policy. It includes, fixing our immigration system further in ways that only Congress can. And the president is with a Democrat Party that is
She's
so
going
radical
crazy
and
on this
opposes
question.
everything
Stop.
he does and everything he says. This is the only option for Republicans to
We
move
need
forward.
China,
Karen.
please. China, please.
President Trump said to CBS in the 60 Minutes interview that he did not know the Binance founder, which he pardoned. What exactly did he mean for that? I know it caused
He
a
means
bunch
he
of
does not know
China?
him personally.
Maybe?
He means he does not have a personal relationship with this individual. And when it comes to pardons, the White House takes them
Pardon!
with the utmost seriousness, and the
There you go.
president understands the responsibility that he has as president to issue clemency and issue pardons to individuals who are seeking that. That's why we have a very thorough review process here
You got
that
pardon
moves
in.
with the Department of Justice and the White House counsel's office. There's a whole team of qualified lawyers who look at every single pardon request that ultimately make their way up to the President of the United States. He's the ultimate final decision maker. And he was very clear when he came into office that he was most interested in looking at pardoning individuals who were abused and used by the Biden Department of Justice and were over-prosecuted
Wow.
by a weaponized DOJ. And the
the
individual
thesis
you're
was
referring
right
to, that
on
was
the
certainly
Biden
the
pardons.
case. Even the judge in his
Pardon
case
hit.
said that the sentencing
pardon
that
hit.
the Biden administration was asking for was egregious and went too far. And so the
There you
president
go.
is correcting that wrong, and he has officially ended the Biden administration's war on the cryptocurrency industry. And I think that's the message he sent with this pardon.
Currency.
Karen, yes.
Back on the issue of back pay for furloughed workers, you said that the White House is open
Wow,
to discussing that with
cryptocurrency
Democrats,
hit.
but what would that discussion even be? There was a
Not
law
crypto.
the president signed in 2019. What could a discussion look like? Why is that even open for discussion?
Look, Karen,
No
as I
China
said,
yet!
Republicans are talking about that with Democrats right now, and I don't want to get in the middle of those sensitive conversations.
China
But,
question, no
as we
Asia
complied
question
with
at all?
The SNAP order, the White House, the administration is always going to comply with the laws. We're always going to comply with the ruling of
brother.
judges across the country. But the Republicans are discussing this matter with Democrats right now.
Why would there even be a consideration of not paying those workers,
Tom
though,
Dempsey with
Caroline?
News Nation. Big day in the Supreme Court tomorrow with President Trump's tariff policy facing a legal
Tariff!
challenge. What's at stake with that case, and if the
Please.
Supreme Court
Please.
the Trump administration
Please.
for trade policy?
I'll tell you, the White House is always preparing for Plan B. It would be imprudent of the president's advisors not to prepare for such a situation. With that said, we are 100% confident in the president and his team's legal argument in the merits of the law in this case.
No
And we
way.
remain
She's
optimistic that the
dodged
Supreme
China.
Court is going to do the right thing. The importance
dodged
of this
it.
case cannot be overstated. The president
She's dodged
must
it.
have the emergency authority to utilize
I can't
tariffs. Look
believe
at what
she's
President
dodging
Trump
China.
has been able to do with the leverage
Tariff
and power
question?
of tariffs. He's been able to sign peace deals all over the world and end global conflicts and literally save lives. He's
God
been
damn
able to
it!
bring in trillions of dollars of investments into our country. In fact, this year alone, we are going to cut the deficit by $600 billion.
Bro, please!
Of the
Caroline,
president's
baby girl,
effective use of
please just say
tariffs.
China,
And the
please.
president strongly believes that economic security is a matter of national security, and tariffs have a lot to do with that. And this case is not just
Talk about China!
Trump. It's about the use of this emergency authorization for tariffs for future presidents and administrations to come, and we're confident and hopeful that the Supreme Court will do the right thing.
Oh my gosh.
Kristen.
Why did President Trump get an MRI during his recent
She dodged it. She
Look, as
completely
President
dodged
Trump
China,
said, he would
bro.
inquire with
Oh
physicians.
my
I'll
no.
check back on that. But as the physical itself stated, Kristen, and as you
Ah!
are a witness to it every single day, the president is in optimal physical health. This was a follow-up
Bro,
appointment.
because
and we
this
provided a
shit
detailed
pauses
readout
because
of
my
that
AirPods
physical.
keep falling
I'm
out my
happy to
ear
give it
because
to
I'm
you again, and I
crashing
can
out. Makes
inquire
me
further.
crash out even more.
Procedure. It's done on a part of the body looking for something specific, so it's not generally part of any kind
We're
of
talking about Donald
checkup.
Trump's
In
dick
addition,
at this
President
point
Trump has
now.
said that he wants
We're
to
talking about
check
Donald
in,
Trump's
so
dick and
far
not
that
China!
which we have and have not heard back. Why don't we have more information on this?
As I said, I'll check back for you.
Why don't we have more information on
Can
Donald
you
Trump's
update
cock?
us on the mediation efforts this administration
Bro,
is leading
stop
in Sudan,
pausing,
trying
bro.
to achieve a
Oh my
ceasefire
God.
there?
Sure, yes. The United States is actively engaged in efforts to bring about a peaceful resolution to the terrible conflict in Sudan. We remain committed to working
Sudan
with our
before
international
China, bro.
partners, including Quad members, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, as well as others, to lead a negotiated peace process that addresses both the immediate humanitarian crisis and the longer-term political challenges. I actually spoke with Secretary Rubio about this morning, as of course there's been, kind of an uptick in recent reporting on the matter, and he assured me that the administration is very much engaged. We're in pretty frequent communication with those Arab partners that I just mentioned, and we want to see this conflict come to a peaceful end, just as we have with so many others, but the reality is it's a very complicated situation on the ground right now. Yes.
Hi, yes. Just trying to go back into the subject of Mexico. Is the Trump administration planning to send U.S. troops to Mexico to combat
Mexico
drug
question, a
cartels,
second
mass
Mexico
imported
question.
That's not something I...
Two Mexico questions and no China question. Who cares about China? They're such a small country.
Decide not to go to the Supreme Court tomorrow. He'd indicated earlier that he might want to go and attend in person.
Yeah.
Now he's saying he's not going to go. Why?
The president did have an interest in attending the Supreme Court hearing tomorrow, as I just expressed how important it is to him, the administration, and the country, this case. But he is traveling to Miami tomorrow, as you all know,
Miami.
to give an economic address with the mayor of Miami and many global business leaders to talk about his historic success with the economy over the past 10 months and talk about sort of where we are headed as a country in terms of
trade
our
with
economy.
China.
So he'll be traveling tomorrow on the road in Miami. That's why he won't be here. But Secretary Scott Bessent will be in attendance at the hearing tomorrow at the request of the president.
He has said that he doesn't want to export the high-end NVIDIA chips to China, but the Wall Street Journal reported yesterday that there was some question about whether the president would raise this as a possible concession.
My hero!
During his meeting with Xi Jinping.
You my hero!
Consider NVIDIA chip exports to China to be a closed issue right now, or is this an ongoing negotiation between the United States
fucking hero!
and NVIDIA at this point?
The president has made his position on this very clear, both to the Chinese and also to all of you. He's answered this question directly. As for the most advanced chips, the Blackwell chip, that's not something we're interested in selling to China at this time.
Yes! Yes! My hero! I love you! I love you, my man!
Reflect a voter sentiment towards his administration.
Look,
yes!
I'm not at liberty to talk about the election results, and I certainly won't get ahead of them. I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals that may or may not happen tonight. We'll have to watch and see. And I'm sure you'll hear directly.
Yes! Babe, dude! Cinema! Bro! Oh my god, dude, you don't know.
It seemed a little bit
Dude, it was selling for 15 cents. China was selling for 15 cents.
At around 11 o'clock to send out
Bro, my man, dude! Someone tell me, who is that guy? Who is that guy?
Where we are in day 35 of a government shutdown.
Who is that guy? My fucking hero, dude.
USDA put out that guidance to the states this morning. The president was aware of that, and he wants to make it very clear.
Let's
that
go,
these
Paulie.
benefits
Let's
are in
go,
jeopardy
Nick.
Because of the Democrats.
It
We
hit,
should just
boys.
open the
Oh my
government
god,
so that
500
we
bucks
can continue
saved.
getting these funds out the door in an easier and more efficient way. Okay.
There's some new reporting that just dropped a few minutes ago that the Trump administration is negotiating with the makers of Ozempic to sell some weight loss drugs for $149 a month. That's according to the Wall Street
Save,
Journal.
lads.
More information on that? Can you confirm that?
I think the president has said himself in previous Most Favored Nations announcements that
667 shares at 87 cents.
I won't get ahead of the president on any future announcements, but I will.
Oh my
echo
god,
his
my
strong
fucking
commitment to
hero,
bring
dude.
down
I
drug
could
prices
kiss
in
that
the country.
man. I could
And
kiss
you've
him.
heard it directly
Bro.
from Secretary Kennedy and Dr. Marty.
China
and
hit,
his
illegal
entire
alien
Health
hit,
and Human
Biden
Services
hit.
team,
Pardon has hit.
The president is.
No renovation and
bringing
no
down the
stupid
cost of
question.
funds, and we're working with,
Oh my
pharmaceutical
God,
companies to do
we've
that.
banged on this Caroline Leave It. Right? Gave us a heart attack. It gave us a heart attack, but we've cooked.
Post here, and he wrote that Snap
Wow, was that close? What's happened? What's happened? Let's watch the rest.
Post here, and he wrote that SNAP benefits will only be given.
Let's go, guys.
How would that not violate the order as described?
I've now answered this question several times, Dave. We are complying with the court's order. We are getting the payments out the door as quickly as we can. USDA sent the guidance to the state. The president is referring to future SNAP payments. He does not want to have to keep tapping in to an emergency fund and depleting it. In the case of a catastrophe in this country, he wants to have those funds preserved, as they should be. And he's made it very clear Democrats should reopen the government. I have one final positive note for
look how
all
close
of you.
we were
I
to
told
the
you
end.
I'd keep you posted when the White House would resume
No
public
stupid
tours.
question. As
Well,
long as we don't
I'm
get a
pleased to
stupid
announce
question
the
here,
office of the First
we've
Lady
cooked.
has reopened the doors for public tours on Tuesday, December 2nd. There will be an updated route, of course, for guests in light of the ballroom construction that's taking
Ballroom!
place. We very much look forward to celebrating the holiday season, and the
go,
public
Nick.
and members of Congress and anyone who wants to come visit the
Buzzer
First Lady's
beater.
beautiful
Green
decorations
FN.
is welcome to go to whitehouse.gov/visit to sign up for a tour. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bang! My baby girl, Caroline, with the buzzer beaters at the end. How could you not love that woman? Huh? My soulmate, Caroline Leave It. Let's go. Let's go, Nick. Dude, the ballroom at the end. You knew it was coming at the end. That's why you have it. Because she was going to say at the end. Wow, guys. We pull up our, First, hey, we banged on the how late she will be. Mark it. We cooked on the how late she'll go. She was late. She was
Ladies and gentlemen,
exactly 20 minutes
the
late.
45th and 47th.
Just automatically starting Trump out. We're cooked on profit. At least we're kind of back up. After yesterday was not looking good. How I lost $400 in one trade, accidentally bonding something. If I didn't do that, I would be probably really up. But let's go to our report. We've hit 6 for 6. We went 6 for 6 on Caroline. 6 for 6. $310 return on investment. Yes, illegal alien. Yes, Biden. Yes, China at the very end. Yes, pardon. That was a good play at 30 cents. We got in on pardon. No renovations and no stupid questions tonight. My God,
President
I was
of the
feeling like
United
you at the
States.
cheating bond, yeah. Honestly, though, hey, you gotta have a goldfish, memory of a goldfish in this game. I've already forgot about the cheating bond. Look, I've made that back. I've made this back with the Caroline. There's even more tonight. We've got the Zoran victory speech. If he wins, right? If you're looking at the Kalshi odds, it's not looking good for old boy Andrew, right? But the Zoran post-election speech. We have the Cuomo post-election speech. I'll be doing both of those tonight. For sure. Covering the mayor race. I've got a bid on Zoran, bro. I've got a bid on Zoran to win as well. I was impressed with Zoran in the mayor debates. I can't lie. I am a simple man from Florida. But the way that Zoran spoke, I do see why he took the primary over Cuomo. We got New Jersey governor, Virginia governor. Those seem like locks. Maybe cover the attorney general, because the attorney general one is the actual closest. But let's go, Ray. What's up, Ray? We banged on the Caroline Leave It market, Ray. She's a baddie too, bro. I'll let you know, Ray, because Ray's just my friend. Look at her.
Take place.
She's bad. Hey, that's my shorty. That's my soulmate, bro. She just made me $300. Made me $300, and she got a smile like that. How could you not fall in love? She's there. You bought 50 ballroom shares at 15 cents when it was getting low. Or was that just how it was? Ballroom must have been... Where's ballroom? I've got plenty of ballroom, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I traded at like 15 cents near the end. So this was you. This was you right here, Nick. What a snipe. Right at the end. Pump. Yeah, from 15 cents straight to 100. Let's go. And she hit clean CR. Look at that. I don't like this strike. This is like there's so many different ways. Clean funding bill. Clean nonpartisan funding bill. Republican funding bill. I hate that strike, but... Bro, whoever that guy is, can we run... Like, I need to get the VOD back. Whoever that guy is who asked the China President Xi question... Mwah! Bro, saved! Absolute saved. I folded on CR, sold early. When she didn't say it. Yeah. I was looking at it. I was looking at pre-market. I'm like, dude, this is just such a... Like, weird... I mean, it's either she hits it at 10, she hits at 10 or not. Yo, Ray, what's the Arsenal game looking like, bro? You've got I've got an Arsenal bid. Look at this, Ray. We're up on our Arsenal shares. Okay. Right. Don't get mad at me for knowing Arsenal's gonna beat Slavia Prague, okay? Right? Okay, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, okay? I'm not gonna root for them to win, right? But if I see free money, like, bro, this is free fucking money. Are you kidding me? Slavia Prague, Arsenal at 80% chance? Thoughts on Liverpool Madrid? I hope Liverpool win tonight. I've got no Madrid because I'm not confident. I'm not confident Liverpool are gonna win. But I could see us tying. I could see us tying and then being like, okay, decent result. So I have no Madrid win. As long as Madrid don't win, we're chilling. And I have another one for PSG. I have no on PSG actually too. I've got no on PSG because Bayern are just so good. Bayern are just so good. I hope they pull through, bro. Vamos Madrid. Yeah, go figure though. It's actually incredible, dude. It's incredible how little they talk about China. Yeah, a question that had to be so specific, and she didn't even want to answer the question. She was like, "How dare you ask about chips? You know, like, how dare you ask about Nvidia, the company that single-handedly makes up 9% of every American's Roth IRA? Is it crazy that we ask about the chips? Is it crazy? Is that actually a crazy question, Karoline? Or is it true that just nothing got done during the trade talks and you don't want to talk about it? Because nothing got done. I know what I know. Solid start? Yeah, of course. Of course Solid starts. Of course Solid starts. Let's be real. Let's not joke around. Let's see, Napoli, Frankfurt? What's going on? Alright, 0-0. So when is this mayor? Let's see. When are they doing their post-election speeches? I know it says 6 p.m., right? But when's the mayor race actually end? Let's check. ChatGPT, when does the NYC mayor election conclude? Yeah, I know it's today. Oh, polls open all the way up to 9 p.m. You guys sweat the Jones race? Do you want me to sweat the Jones race with you? You have yes, Jones, right? Not John Jones. The other one. Expected timeline for result. Let's do that. Expected timeline. So after 9 p.m. you're gonna start seeing the results. So around then I'll be back on. We can watch the election as it goes and do these 3 speeches. Why don't they have a mention market on Curtis Swila's post-election speech for his victory speech? Why didn't they do a market for that? Promise, billionaire, Queens, grocery, common Zoran words. Common Zoran talk there. Although not very highly, more no-sided, if anything. Usually victory speeches are quite short, if anything. They just kind of say, like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. That's usually what they do for their victory speech. They just shotgun a seltzer. That's what Curtis Wheeler would have done. Congratulate is the highest strike for Cuomo's post-election speech. Congratulate. I want to congratulate. Hey, congratulations to, there's a lot of ways you can concede the race and congratulate someone without saying actually congratulates. You could say congratulations, that wouldn't count. This might actually be a fade here. This might be a fade. There's different ways to say this stuff. Jewish, Democrat, Socialist, Communist. Are we saying that if when Cuomo loses, it's gonna be more, is he gonna be attackative or is he gonna be more conceive? That'd be music. Get a little music in the back. You can turn it down though, so it's like not crazy. Think with my AirPods, right? When they come in and out, they just turn stuff on. So if I have like a tab playing YouTube, it'll just turn on. I think congratulate actually could be a fade here, because you could say congratulations and it wouldn't count. Islam, probably a fade. Here's an ad. No. There's some bangers. I'm just using like some non-copyright. Some non-copyright Ludwig type music. Bangers that like is he high on governor though? Was Andrew Cuomo a former governor? Andrew Cuomo governor. He was governor. So very high chance. I think governor is pretty good for yes. No idea what Mario Cuomo is. Is that his real name, Mario? Is his? Oh, that's his dad. Father. Does he bring up his father a lot since his passing? That's his Mario, his real name. We gotta hop on Discord, talk to your friends. I'm down. I'm down later. I'll probably eat a little bit. Maybe watch the Liverpool game or just do research. I don't know, but I'm online. You got my Discord. The Trump. It's a good play, man. Trump's a really good play on this, I think. We'll do this. I can't actually not imagine him not mentioning Trump. He has to mention Trump. Like, Trump's gonna run through the city, you think? We're gonna have a tough time with Trump? Like, bro, how does he not mention Trump? Cuomo. If he loses? How has he not mentioned all Trumps? Like, Trump's not a strike for Zoran. Which would be interesting. I would like that. Can we not get a Trump market for this? What do you think about AP calling the race before 9:30? Tonight? Which race? The mayor one? You'll have to let me know what you're talking about. The Associated Press. I mean, if they call it before 9:30 p.m. tonight, it'd be alright. I don't see them calling it or anything. Oh, no. It was a frenzied day of campaigning, though, for the two. If you think 9:30 tonight, then that's fine. I guess. Because polling ends at 9. Early voting's already in. Unironically, though, my news source is Kalshi. I'm not going to believe it until it's bonded. Like, if Zoran is at 99 cents, if someone wants to buy Zoran at 99 cents, I will believe he won. If someone wants to buy Zoran at 98 cents, I will believe he hasn't won yet. I really don't care what AP calls. I don't care what the polls call. Because they don't have the conviction to actually put money on it. As soon as someone's willing to put 99 cents to make $1, that's conviction. Right? So I don't care if polls call it otherwise. Until Kalshi calls it. That's just how news works nowadays. This is the future, prediction markets. Who cares? Because it could be wrong. In 2016, they called it for Clinton. It was wrong. And you would not see Hillary Clinton being traded at 99 cents. Oh. I just meant because there's a Kalshi market and when the race will be called. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. That is wild. I spent all day on this website. Let's see, New York. When they will call it. See, it's not even in the election hub here. Oh, I see it. It is. Ooh, when will they call it? So, I mean, okay, my point stands where I don't care when they call it. Because, you know. They will call it before Kalshi. And other prediction markets will. I'll tell you that. But before 9:05 is crazy. The last mayor race, they called at 9:20. That's good information to know. Quite higher volume as well. So the polling ends at 9 p.m. They'll call it before 7. I can't imagine it at 70% after an hour. This is pretty safe though. 70 cents. Was the last New York City mayor race expected to be as wide of a spread as this one? Last NYC mayor race results. Because my logic would tell me, okay, if the last race was like closer than this one is, because Zoran's expected to win by at least a 15% margin, 14.3. If the spread was less than 14.3 in the last mayor race, then it should be called shorter. Adams. So like Adams versus. Let's do like predictions? Spread? This is all gonna be not 2021 though. Let's see if chat can figure this out. My logic is okay, so Zoran's at 14.3 for the spread of percent. Adams defeated 66 to 27. There's only 2. Action Network listed odds. Donald Trump was listed as one of the. Well, this is talking about the primary. I want to know about the mayor race. I guess it's different though. It was only 2 people. Now it's 3. It's interesting though. I might rate before 10. Right? If I was hedging, I'm going to be live tonight. I should do after 10, just in case I have to wait really long. Because then at least my time's worth something. But, It looks like this one might be more certain than the last, just because there's 3 candidates. I feel like it'd make it even more simple for Zoran to win, actually, than less so. Saying Adams won by so much. 67% to 27. $9.30 though is actually calling it. Yeah, that's 50-50, man. I like this though. I'll play this one. I have to do some more research on this stuff. Polls close at 9 p.m. Free money. So Spanky Pants thinks it was this one's expected to be not as close as the last one. On before 9:30. I'll join you. I'll join you, Karoline. We'll do at the spread. We'll do at the spread. 48. We'll do a little too. Just because I don't know enough. I really don't know enough. But it does look like this one is I think with the third candidate of Curtis Sliwa being there, this one will be decided quicker than the last one. Because with 2 candidates, I believe it would take longer. And we'll go on Jay Jones too. We'll do a little on Jay Jones too, just for the vibes of the day. We'll do 47. He's the underdog. The thing I read was kind of crazy what he said, but honestly, not too bad odds, right? 50-50. Yeah, he did take a big nosedive. Must have been around here. All right, I'm gonna hop off. Huge fucking dub on the Karoline Leave It. How much did we make? I can literally do it like this because all of my strikes hit. It's great when you can do it like this because you could just do payout 1866 versus minus the cost because everything hit. $300 today on our Karoline Leave It strike. 6 for 6. We got China at the very, very end. Woo! Dude, someone's gotta let me know who this guy is. Whoever the guy is that, who saved my ass. Eric Adams still on the, I saw, dude, are we gonna talk about the ballot? Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, the ballot's real, right? That ballot Twitter, the thing that's been going on Twitter, I'm gonna find it. I know how to get to it too, sadly. Elon Musk, search Elon Musk. This ballot question, is this actually real? This is crazy. If to vote Zoran there is twice, why do they have it like that? Why is he under Democratic and Working Families? Why is Curtis there twice? Under Protect Animals? Like, do the rest of them not like animals? Fight and Deliver is Andrew Cuomo. Because of early voting and primaries. It's because he won the Democratic primary. He's there. Because Andrew Cuomo is technically an independent, right? He's running as an independent, but he's Democratic. Is this every ballot? This is crazy. I mean, just for the fact that, like, he's on a different line. Like, who the fuck are these other guys? I don't even... This sucks. They need better UI. Huh? Like, look. They need a UI like this. They need an elections hub. Why does Kalshi's elections hub UI look 100,000 times better than the ballot sheet? Why does the ballot sheet look like a 2008 Excel file? This is awful. Cuomo getting the Trump endorsement deep fried me. Did you have a no after Cuomo was like, that's not an endorsement? That's not an endorsement. Dude, I saw the Truth Social. Trump's Truth Social. That was pretty clear an endorsement. The other ones were kind of like what he said on 60 Minutes. That didn't count. But his Truth Social was definitely an endorsement. Just how ballots work. Iman Jabbers. I don't know who that is. Iman Jabbers. Crazy you got that endorsement though. Who will endorse? Cuomo. Closed. I guess you can't endorse him anymore. Yeah, so Donald Trump spiked. He spiked up, like near here, when he was like just saying basically, like Cuomo's the other option, which is technically not endorsement. But then he posted on Truth Social. Definitely an endorsement. We'll be back though. So they're voting now. They're voting in New York and Virginia and New Jersey. I'm from Florida, so there's nothing for me to vote on. But we'll cover it. We'll cover it as it's coming in near 9 p.m. tonight. We'll see. We'll cover the AP spread. I have a bet on Zoran to win. Fair enough. We're gonna hope Zoran wins tonight. This would be a major upset if Cuomo won. I would kind of like to see it though, just to see the craziness of what would happen, the fallout on social media. But that's all for entertainment's sake, not politics. But we banged on Karoline. Leave it. We've got some Champions League games too. We're gonna hope Liverpool takes that one out. Stayed out of Obama for Mamdani. But can't believe that didn't hit. Yeah, I don't know why Obama's okay with endorsing like the New Jersey governor or like the Virginia governor, but won't do the New York City mayor. I want to just see endorse for Zoran. What it was at pre-market. It was never high for Barack Obama. People really ever thought he was going to endorse him, but why was Donald Trump ever traded as a strike? Someone was able to get 88-cent shares on no for Trump to endorse Zoran Mamdani. Wow, Kamala banged. Near the end. Near the end of September. He could change his mind, in theory. Alright. I'm going to go eat. W on Karoline. We'll be back for the mayor malarkey, for the governor rates. For the governor races, for all of Election Day, and very excitingly, the mention markets on their post-election speeches, what they're going to be saying before or after their loss. Mentions, here we are. What Cuomo's going to say, what Mamdani's going to say, that will be fun. We'll cover that. That'll be after 9 p.m. today.